And there are 12 MLB games going on Monday. We have a few picks for this, but like we said, we're going to probably have some more by Monday morning when this episode comes out. Where we record this on Sunday night. We'll have some picks on Monday to give to you as well, most likely. Let's go through some at first, though. Brett, I like this Angels versus A's game. It's in Oakland. Now, Shohei Ohtani, my boy, did not have a good pitching outing today. He did not come out strong in his debut since his Tommy John surgery, but I think that'll be more motivation for the Angels to want to rebound tomorrow. He'll probably DH tomorrow. Maybe he'll sit on the bench and get a rest day since he pitched today. But I'm going to take the Angels money line at plus 100. I think that's some pretty good value in terms of just a money line bet between two teams in the same division.
Yeah, I mean, the Angels are a mystery. Ohtani was not great today. I believe he gave up 5 in the first.
He was credited with 5, yes.
Yep, and then meanwhile, Dylan Bundy, who couldn't pitch a lick in Baltimore, goes out there and destroys the A's the other day. So it's going to be a weird season, and you never know. But yeah, the Angels have a lot of talent, and plus 100 against the team they've already beaten in the last 3 days, why not?
That game's a 3:40 Eastern time, so it's going to start before most people finish their workday, just so people know. But that's going to be an interesting game. I like the day games for baseball. I think that those games you can find some good value on because there's not going to necessarily be as much money on them sometimes that you can find some of those good day game value picks. The other game that I'm going to be on is also a day game. It's a West Coast day game, but it's the East Coast game. It's the Blue Jays Nationals game, and I'm taking the Nationals minus 1.5 plus 135. Now, Toronto, I don't think their head's going to be there because they are coming up very close on when they have to play the Nationals at home. And I say at home because Toronto doesn't have a home right now. They can't play in Toronto. They can't play in Pittsburgh. So is this going to end up being a game that Toronto's going to have to play in Washington on Friday, even though it's supposed to be a Toronto home game? I think the Blue Jays, they're going to have a lot of those off the field issues that they're going to be thinking about this week right now, and I think it could provide an opportunity to win even on the run line of Washington minus 1.5 at plus 135.
Yeah, and just adding to your statement, the Blue Jays are going to play in Buffalo starting in 2 weeks. They're going to play this game at Washington as the home team, so you hit the nail on the head there. It's going to be very odd watching the Blue Jays take the field and as the home team in Washington, D.C., but it's par for the course in 2020, I think, Higgins.
Now, did you see, are they also going to switch dugouts for the day as well?
Ooh, that's interesting. I have not seen anything about that. That could be funny if they get the home locker room.
For coronavirus reasons, I don't think they should get the home locker room. Personally, I think that having that switch over is an unnecessary risk, especially when we saw the Nationals have a player of Juan Soto test positive before the first game. But that's something that you need to kind of think about because that would definitely make the experience very much different for the Nationals in their home stadium if they are the away team compared to just batting first in the innings.
Yeah, no, that's definitely that really is an interesting point, but I don't know what they're going to do. I'm guessing they'll probably stay in the same dugouts just because the Blue Jays might be like, we're comfortable with this setup. We've done it the last few days. Like, we'll just keep doing it. But I didn't even think about that, so you raise a good point. But I want to talk about a game I'm on in the NL Central. Brewers at Pirates. The Brewers are favorites in the game at minus 135. Pittsburgh plus 125 on the money line. But on the run line, the Brewers minus 1.5 at plus 110. And I think that's a great value because Milwaukee has last year's MVP, although he hasn't gotten off to the hottest start in baseball. And Pittsburgh is one of the bottom feeders in the NL. And I think the Brewers, if they want to be competitive this year, they have to play well against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And you bring up Yelich. the MVP can only stay cold for so long. Hopefully, it's only their first series that he's going to stay cold for, and he can rebound and maybe help them get that multi-run win. Um, I was looking at that -1.5. I think that +110 is some great value there, Brett, and I nearly pulled the trigger on it. I'd say I was probably leaning there, but I'm going to stay off of it for right now at least. Like I mentioned, there are 12 MLB games going on Monday, Brett. We're not going to run through all of the individual lines right now. They are, if you're watching our podcast video, going to be in the graphic right next to us, though. Some of the other games that we aren't going to run through the lines of right now are the Braves versus Rays, Cubs at Reds, Yankees at Phillies, White Sox at Indians, and the Royals at Tigers, along with the Mariners at Astros. Brett, there is one more game that you're on, but I do want to mention that there's two games that don't have lines out as of Sunday night as we're recording this. The Mets at the Red Sox and the Diamondbacks at the Padres. And we'll talk about one of those games a little bit later.
Yeah, we will. Diamondbacks Padres has been an interesting series. Astros Mariners has been a very confusing series. So there's been a lot of good baseball. One of those games that particularly catches my eye just as a fan of baseball is Phillies Yankees. I'm excited to see Didi go up against the Yankees. So that one should be fun. But yes, there's one more game for me to talk about, and that's Orioles at Marlins. Everyone's eyes are going to be on that game. Two of the best teams in baseball. Who can look away?
I was gonna say, how can you bet on the bottom of the barrel? I can't bet on those types of games.
That's where you get your money, baby. So Baltimore, who played the Red Sox really well this weekend, shockingly well, to be honest.
Yes.
Baltimore on the money line is +130. Miami on the money line is -140. On the run line, Baltimore +1.5 is -170. Miami -1.5 is +140, and that's where you'll find me, Higgins. I'm on the Marlins -1.5 at +140. The Marlins, who absolutely destroyed the Phillies on Sunday, gets a take on the lowly Orioles, and I look forward to them continuing their red-hot streak of great pitching and scoring a lot of runs.
Now the Marlins and the Orioles have both come out a lot hotter than expected. They're 2-1, both of them, and the Marlins won 11-6 on Sunday, despite giving up 4 home runs to the Phillies. I mean, the bats were going, but it seemed like Miami's bats were going just a little bit hotter. So that'll be interesting to see, as both the Orioles and the Marlins are going to come into that series hotter than expected. So someone's going to have to cool off a little bit.
The Marlins have been battling some COVID issues. We saw their pitcher get scratched on Sunday. Garrett Cooper got scratched on Sunday. So we'll have to weigh how that plays into them in the future. But right now, they're red hot, and they are going home tomorrow. So I'm going to take them at home versus the Orioles.